Hey kids, it's time for another exciting episode of KWJUDAS. Holy shit, it's Captain Daniels and the Funky Funk Fresh Group.
Yeah.
We have the Sunnybrook Sailors here on KWJUDAS. And man, it's about time. We've been trying to get you guys on for ever since we met you.
Many years.
It has been many moons.
Many millennials.
And in fact, when did we meet you guys?
I think it's probably when we invited you guys to do the Punk with a Camera show, right?
Probably. Either that
first
or
one.
Maybe that one that we were talking about with the really low ceiling in the basement. It was one of those two shows, I think.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember which one. Because that one, I don't remember who organized it, but it wasn't either of us, was it? The Ogden show?
Which Ogden show? The Halloween one?
No, the one with the really low ceiling in the basement.
We've only played with you guys in Ogden, the Halloween show.
Oh, I could have sworn you guys were at that show. Maybe not. There was a bunch of bands at that one. The Halloween show in Ogden, that was just last year.
Yeah.
And if you weren't aware, folks, my band, the Delphic Quorum, did a CD release show on the same time as these guys. They just put out a new album as well.
You guys all look stunning. The outfits.
It was amazing.
Yes, I know. I know.
You look like
all the fuck out.
You
on
look
that one.
like a sexy rainbow trout.
Wow. I'm gonna have to say I have never heard that one before.
The suits, though, they were rainbow colored. So.
Everybody knows that of all the fish, rainbow trouts are the sexiest.
I don't know. Smallmouth bass are pretty cool looking.
I like that largemouth.
But then, yeah, the largemouth definitely serves its purpose, but they're not a sexy fish.
True.
You know, they're kind of like, well, other things with large mouths that serve their purpose, but might not be quite as attractive.
Like alligators.
Or goats.
I get yes, or Anyways, these guys are sailors, so they know all about fish.
Oh, of course.
Absolutely.
Where do you guys like to go sailing?
Usually the Great Salt Lake.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, you do that?
no.
It's a yearly ritual where we swim naked in the Great Salt Lake.
Yeah, we got to float.
I'm just kidding.
Float all our
That
troubles
never
away.
happened.
Have you guys ever actually jumped in there?
I haven't been
No.
in that lake since I was a kid.
You have though,
I
at least
have,
when you were
yeah.
a kid.
Yeah,
I think I-
absolutely.
Put my feet in once.
When I was a kid,
Yeah.
you know, we went to Antelope Island and then we visited the quote unquote beach. And there was almost as many flies on that beach as there were grains of sand.
Absolutely. Yeah,
It
just
was
like
insane.
That's
wading
crazy.
out in the weird quicksand with the bug carcasses swimming up around your ankles.
Yeah, dude. And,
Yeah.
like, I don't know about you, but it was seriously like there was the sand, and then there was just this black carpet of flies
Yeah.
that just removed itself. It rose above you as you walked, and then it just relocated back to the ground, but right behind you.
I rode my bike up to Saltaire a couple summers ago. It was just like a big fucking bike ride. And yeah, when I got there, the shore was just way far from that. It was just all sorts of insects in between.
And it's a long stretch,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
And then when you finally get to the water, you get past all those flies, and then you just keep walking and walking and walking, and the water never gets past your knees.
Yeah.
And you see people that are like a mile out further than you, like, where in the fuck are we going?
Could you imagine how? Could you imagine
this is how I die.
Could you imagine
Right.
how big of a trip it would be if the old Saltaires were still there, like the other two Saltaires?
Oh,
Like
there was
just-
more?
Yeah. There was the original one, which was huge, and then that one burned down. And then the second one is in. Have you ever seen Carnival of
Carnival of
Souls?
Souls.
The second one's in that. It's this black and white horror movie. It's free domain, but you should watch it sometime. But they film about 20 minutes of scenes inside and outside of the old Saltaire, and then that one apparently also burned down. And now there's the one that's there now, which is tiny.
That one's still pretty large.
Yeah,
But-
but the old ones were gigantic. They used to have railroad tracks.
Carnival
they took,
rides and
like
stuff.
late 1800s, early 1900s.
shit.
They used to have trains from Salt Lake City go all up there, and they had huge resorts and hotels and
So
shit.
that's
like
what
in
they
the
were
upper
originally
stories.
put there for, was...
Yeah, it was just
yeah,
people
it was-
could go inner tube, lay on the inner tube on the Great Salt Lake because it was way bigger back then,
It was a
and people would swim in
destination.
it and everything. And then they had fucking showers and little hotel rooms in the top. So
They're actually trying to make a tourist attraction
it was,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
out
was.
of the Great
Yeah.
Salt Lake. I wonder
It's
why
insane.
nobody's bothered to try. Probably because they realized,
It's
this is
disgusting.
a fuckhole.
You can
Full
still
of
go out.
pickled sewage.
You can still
Right.
go out there, especially with how low it is now, and go on the other side, and you can still see the original like foundations and some of the blocks and wood that go to where that original huge bridge used to be, where it's just a resort.
That'd be cool to go check out.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm kind of a geek for that sort of stuff, like abandoned houses or ruins or ghost towns or old cemeteries, anything like that.
Yeah.
You know, any rundown building or remnants thereof.
Dude, let's watch Carnival of Souls sometime. It's such a good movie. And they filmed some of it in downtown Salt Lake too, like right on the the Washington Square or whatever, wherever that courthouse is, kind of in the middle of Salt Lake. I think that's what it's called, right?
I don't live in Salt Lake.
Okay.
You're supposed to know this shit, man.
All right.
For all of our out-of-state listeners, they're getting their Salt Lake education from us right now. Everything they know about Salt Lake, they could walk away from this show having learned based on what you say right now.
Yeah.
So, all you kids out there, you just learned a new thing about Great Saltaire that I didn't know. Do you know what in the fuck is up with the Saltaire now? Because I haven't heard of anything going on out there in a while.
Yeah, they're still doing shows, raves and stuff out there.
I know
Right,
some
yeah.
like mutual friends who have posted like, hey, if anyone wants to make, $17 an hour today, Saltaire needs some help or whatever. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure they're still doing shows.
Huh. That's cool.
But-
I like that place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like them at first. Well, when I first started going to concerts, because they were not in a good condition. I think that they had just recently been rebought or something, and they were kind of like trying to fix the place back up, and they had no running water the first time I went.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it fucking sucked. It was a Primus concert, and that's like my favorite band, and so I'm going ape shit. You know, and if you've ever been to a Primus concert, motherfuckers are going ape shit anyways.
Yeah.
It's hard not to go ape shit. And it's your favorite band, no matter who it is. I don't care if it's fucking Simon and Garfunkel. It's your favorite band, and you're going ape shit.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. About halfway through the show, I had to step out just for a sec. All I wanted was just to hit a drinking fountain and get right back in the pits. And there was no water. There was no drinking fountain. And the water wasn't running in the bathrooms. I'm okay just going to the bathroom and splashing a little water out of the sink into my mouth if I have to. You couldn't even do that.
All of Saltaire, the water was turned off?
Yeah. And so they had
some
outhouses. They had a shit ton of like little honey buckets, which, by the way, why did you guys have to name it that? You totally ruined honey for me. Nah, a honey bucket? Imagine poo that looks like honey. Gross.
Yeah, at least it's blue.
You want to know my first? You want to know my first show at Saltaire?
Yeah.
It was Dragonforce and Kill Switch Engage.
Oh, Kill Switch Engage. I actually think I remember that happening.
It was like in 2005 or some
early
shit
2000s.
like that.
I saw fucking Dragonforce with Teresa's at the Saltaire probably a little while after that. If you've ever heard of Teresa's, they're actually like, in my opinion, kind of good fantasy metal or whatever you want to call it, folk metal, whatever. And so we actually were going for Teresa's. However, not a Dragonforce fan. I left that show with a lot more respect for Dragonforce. A lot of people I've heard say, they don't put on a very good show. I'm like, man, you weren't at the fucking show I was at. I've never seen a band with that much fucking energy. I don't know what they were on or what they were not on, but those bastards were running laps around the stage, and they had this fucking drum riser, you know, that like had a staircase that goes up, and then the drums, and then another staircase that goes down. Each member had their own separate solitary platform, and then there was like the main like platform. Of course, all platforms have this big fan that's like shooting up at them to fucking make their, you know, their hair blowing through the wind.
Yeah,
and whenever,
there we go.
Yeah, so whenever the singer wasn't singing and like the guitarist or the guitarist or whoever, it was their solo time, they all switch places. So like the guy doing the solo is in the front, center.
With the fans and everything.
Yeah, up on that podium.
It's so funny. You know, the first time I saw that was Steve Vai. Like, I got that Eric Clapton Crossroads DVD, and Steve Vai's in it, and you can totally tell that everyone in the band, they all have long hairs, and they all have these, like, big fans in front of them, and I'm like, oh, okay, I did. Like, that makes sense, because then your hair doesn't get in your face.
It helps.
Ingenious.
I'm sure it feels great, and I'm sure that is a big reason.
Yeah, you're playing in the hot Texas heat, and you have some big-ass fans, and you're blowing your hair back. It'd be great.
But I also get the impression that Dragonforce particularly does that just for a little bit of almost sarcastic.
I wonder.
Oh, for sure.
I wonder what kind
like
of
Spinal Tap.
Like they know how cheese dick it is.
Absolutely.
I wonder what kind of conditioner they use. Think about it.
Oh, they should have their own
Dude,
conditioner.
if they as a band sponsored a certain conditioner,
right, and just put their fucking name on it. Dude. Imagine Dragonforce conditioner.
they should hire me for marketing for Dragonforce.
Gross.
I think that's an excellent idea.
People
People would buy that.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to see if Derpinchly wants to maybe sponsor that one.
Yeah.
Derpinchly is where
Derpinchly.
we get all of our fucking sponsoring, you know.
Yeah.
They're the ones that they pay the big bucks.
Yeah, and you know what? In this economy, I mean,
How else are you supposed to make your peanut shells these days?
Yeah.
yep.
Which, you guys, I know that we've been getting a bad rep for not paying bands in their full amount of peanut shells. I can assure you that you'll be getting the rest of your peanut shells in the mail, usually about 6 to 7 business days.
Well, we didn't know that the touring band was going to have an elephant with them.
Yeah, well, the elephant helps to eat the peanuts in the shells. What pisses me off is when they don't leave the shells behind, and it's like, how the fuck am I supposed to pay my band? And yeah, that touring band's elephant ate a lot of those shells. Sorry, guys.
He'll be paying for it later.
We should probably just play another song about it. This next one is called Downers Grove, since, that last story was such a fucking downer. Goddamn elephants eating my shit. Downers Grove, KWJUDAS, Free Radio Provo. This is Captain Daniels and the Sunnybrook Sailor. Captain Daniels and the Sunnybrook Sailors here on KWJUDAS Free Radio Provo. So, why don't we go around the room and introduce ourselves? We have technically it's my right, but when I turn and face you,
on the clockwise side.
Let's get personal.
On the left here.
On the left, right, clockwise.
We have Elder Maxwell.
Elder. Yeah, Maxwell Daniels and mandolin and guitars and vocals and stuff.
So I assume that's where the Maxwell came from, is Neil A. Maxwell.
No, it's just in more relation to my last name, but it's just changed.
Ah, right. Well, that's cool. And you are vocals and mandolin.
Yeah, banjo sometimes, every once in a while, guitar.
Right. And you're kind of like the founding member, true?
Yeah, it started out as a solo project and then
Word.
turned into a band.
So when it was solo, were you still and the Sunnybrook Sailors, or did that?
No, I was just Maxwell Daniels. So
Word.
Now he's a
But
captain.
we're all Sunnybrook Sailors. If you play a show with us anyone that ever plays with us is always officially a Sunnybrook Sailor. So if you wanted to play even a couple of songs or something, we'd have to initiate you with giving you a shot of Sunnybrook, though, which is hard to come by in this economy and in this state, you know?
Yeah, that stuff's not around anymore, man. I remember Sunnybrook. Bottom of the bottom shelf whiskey.
It was shit, though.
It had that yellow label.
I used to joke that it actually...
Fond memories.
I used to joke that it actually lasted longer than Soviet communism. I'm like, hey, you know, like we're named after a shitty whiskey company, brand, taste, but at least we outlived the commies. We got them.
I would wager Jack Daniels also probably has too.
Yeah.
And that's only a little step up from the Sunnybrook.
Yeah, Daniel's my middle name, so that's why that's in there.
Oh, that's not a Jack Daniels fucking reference. Well,
no, it is in the actual Captn Daniels and the Sunnybrook Sailors. It's
a
all
double reference
after each kind of booze, but yeah.
I get you.
Lots of booze.
So then moving
I'm not
on,
related to Charlie Daniel.
You wait.
But our guitarist
You're related
is.
to Charlie Daniels.
No, I'm not,
No,
but our
he's
guitarist is.
I am.
I'm just kidding.
No,
He's
I'm
not.
not. No,
But this is our
no, I'm
guitarist.
You can say whatever you want on KWJUDAS. We have the guitarist of Charlie Daniels here.
Marquee Terror.
Marky Terror on KWJUDAS. So how long you been playing with Charlie Daniels?
Ooh. I don't know, like 6 years with Captn Daniels. Yeah, 6 years, I think. Has it been that long? It's been a while.
No, it was like the 5-year anniversary of me playing a solo show a few months ago. But yeah, it's like 4.5 years probably,
wow.
maybe 4 years.
Wow.
Right. And then over here,
Nate.
Elder Nate.
Elder Nate.
Elder
Nate the
Nathaniel.
Great.
Nate the Great.
Yeah.
And you do...
I do drums.
Word.
Yeah. Occasionally some washboard, but mostly drums.
Got to live the washboard. Do you actually have like a mount for your washboard? You can play it while you're playing drums?
I have I guess if you want to call it a mount, it's a neck mount.
Like just a strap?
Yeah, just dangles on my chest.
Word.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So, how long were you doing just on your own, Captn Daniels solo shit?
Well, I was just recording a few songs by myself. And then even the first show I did, I had a couple friends come and jam with me. I had Skunk play Breakaway with me. He's, Skunk. He's in Scary Uncle Steve. But he played
Uncle Steve?
Yeah, he played the first show that I ever did.
Okay, I don't know Scary Uncle Steve.
Okay.
That seems like a band name I would remember.
Interesting. and then Jess, our old ukulele, washboard, mandolin player, they played all those on certain songs. They played one song with me that first show too. So it kind of I wrote a bunch of songs by myself, and then started jamming with other people. So it just the first solo show I just had a couple friends, and it's just I wanted kind of a collective of musicians, no matter what show it is or whatever. We have someone that wants to jam violin on a song and jump on and do a set with us. We would love that,
Word.
But just stuff like that. But it's been more of it's been more of a concrete band rather than a collective, the past few years, because everyone's been pretty consistent in the band. We had one guitarist, Tyler Boston, that's not in the band anymore because he moved to Pennsylvania, Kentucky.
Yeah, somewhere.
Pennsylvania, West Virginia or something.
West Virginia, Pennsylvania border, I think.
That's right.
Yeah. But, he was a really good guitarist. But other than that, it's been a pretty good, consistent band. We had a couple drummers before Nate. We had one guitarist before Marky, but Marky's been in the band the longest out of everyone, so.
Oh, yeah. So what other members do you generally, play with consistently?
Our banjo player, Sam.
Right.
They're out in field school right now. Sam is somewhere in Idaho,
doing
or
archaeology.
Utah, northern Utah, something. I forgot where they're staying at, but yeah, they're doing like archaeology field study out there, which is really cool.
That is cool.
And then I'm going up to the Fire in the Mountains festival up in the Tetons in Wyoming, so I'm gonna pick Sam up. Like we're going to that show and camping out there, so
what's going
it's gonna
on
be
up
super
there?
fun. It's like this kind of like black metal, folk metal festival
No
in the
shit.
Tetons, yeah. Enslaves headlining, so
Out in the mountains?
yeah. Yeah, in the Tetons. It's nice. It's called the Six Heart Ranch, but it's a big ranch and they're having it out there.
I mean, for as much fucking black metal album covers and music videos as you see staged out in the woods, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know they're never playing their fucking instruments, really, in that fucking video. They're obviously nowhere to plug in or anything. It's about time they finally did something like this.
Yeah.
I want to go. When is this?
It's July 23rd through the 26th, I think.
Dude, I don't think I have a fucking
Somewhere within
KWJUDAS
those days.
show.
Yeah, it's 23rd.
I'd miss
is
Pie and
Friday.
Beer Day.
Yeah,
Where the hell are the Tetons again?
in Wyoming, up north. I went there once. Oh, dude, this is the funniest fucking story. So, last time I was in Tetons, like, because I'm like, I want to mountain bike at Tetons again, and I was thinking about it. I'm like, the last time I did that, I was in Boy Scouts. Like, we went to Boy Scouts in the Tetons, right?
Word.
And so we had this stupid, Mormon fucking scout leader, scoutmaster, and he's like, we're gonna go. He's like, we used to like hike to this waterfall and like swim in like this cool area, and he's like, I want to show you guys. So not in the pervy way. He's a nice guy, but anyways. So we.
I hate how you have to make that disclaimer. You know,
Yeah,
I grew up in the Scouts just fine. All right, I didn't have any touchy McGrabby
Neither
finger.
did I. But so anyway, so we hike out of camp and we go through the woods and we come across this like waterfall, but there's like a house there now that wasn't there. But we all had our
lame.
bathing suits and we all like got in and it's like nice. It's just this like little pond, this small pond and this little. It's not a huge waterfall. It's maybe like 6 feet,
Right.
And so we're all like getting in the water, and this old guy comes out with his like cordless phone, like his landline phone, but it's cordless in his hand. And he's like, this dude would look like he was like 80 pounds, just super skinny, like 80, 90-year-old dude. And he's like, he's all like, his voice is all cracking up. He's like, get the fuck out of my fucking yard right now. He's like yelling at the scoutmaster. He's like, oh, sorry. He's like, I used to like come here when I was a kid, as a scout, I wanted to show him. He's like, I don't give a fuck about you fucking scouts. He's like, get the fuck out of my fucking pond or I'm calling the cops, and just freaking the fuck out on him. It was the funniest thing, dude. It was hilarious.
What a dick.
Private property.
Yeah. He's like, I don't care if you guys are Boy Scouts, and just like, he's just shooting.
Were there any signs, any fences, anything
No.
posted?
No, he doesn't.
Well, then
walk
that
up.
guy's a fucking prick.
He's probably
The
dead
house
now.
was maybe, the house. Oh, I'm sure he is. This is like when I was like fucking 15 or some shit.
Let's buy that
But
house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want that house now.
Yeah, and then I'll piss in his stupid fucking pond. That's what I'll do.
Yeah, just to pee in it. There's a lot of places I want to buy just to pee in it.
It's an expensive toilet.
I had a very similar experience not even that long ago. So,
Oh yeah. Was it while you were fishing?
yeah.
Do you get all the fishing
Of course
Karens?
it was. Kind of tempted to, like, I don't know, just save all my fishing junk. And every time I'm around the dude's property, just leave it there. Just so he thinks more people are fishing there. In fact, I was really tempted because they have a free fishing day, right? Where,
Yeah.
like, even if you don't have a license, anyone can fish just on this one day. And I thought it would be hilarious, to just maybe leave a free fishing sign right there on the side of his property. See, he's got just this little, I almost don't even want to call it a pond. It's a puddle that the canal is running into and out of, so it's irrigation for the public. Why wouldn't I think that this is public access? Sure, there was a no trespassing sign a little ways away from it, but his house is on the other side of the trees. There's a big line of trees, and then there's this little mud hole. And I just wanted to see if there was anything in there. I didn't see anything wrong with what I was doing. And for all I know, that no trespassing sign wasn't even in reference to this part. You know, whatever. He gets out of his car and he just comes just fucking yelling up a storm and coming at me. And as he's yelling for me to get the fuck out of there, he's blocking the way for me to get the fuck out of there. And so, like, I'm packing my stuff up, and I'm like, look, I'm going. I'm leaving. I told you, I don't see any signs. I didn't, you know, like, I thought that, you know, the one sign over there was for that side. I'm not hurting your property by any means. He just keeps fucking yelling at me. One more stupid thing comes out of your mouth. You know, what would you do if I showed up on your property and I was just fishing on your property? And of course, and him and his dumb wife, or shall I say, probably sister he'd been fucking, she's yelling from the car, yelling the same shit. What would you think if we were on your property fishing? And I didn't say this, but quite frankly, if I had a place that was fishable and I didn't have it fenced off,
break
and
a
people
sprinkler
were
head,
fishing
make a
there,
pond.
I would let people fish because I'm not a fucking dick.
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking hurt me or the pond. You know, if people started abusing that and they started leaving their litter and trashing the place, then yeah, I'd start getting a little irritated.
You should have been like, what would you do if you were asked to give your life for freedom?
What would you do? No, really what I should have said it, you know, if they're like, well, how would you feel if people were just fishing on your property? I'd be like, ma'am, I would probably think that they were crazy because there's nowhere to fish on my property.
You should have
I'd
been.
let them keep going, though. I'd probably come out to there and politely explain, sir, you would have better luck at the creek down the road.
You should have been like, what do you think I'd do? I'd shoot them down.
This is my property. We don't take kindly to your types around here. No, but really, there are
You should
more
have given her your address.
adult ways to handle these sort of
Been like, come
situations.
over.
Let's go fishing
Be like,
together.
come over and we'll talk about it. We'll have some coffee and some chai and
Well,
some
I mean,
sandwiches.
I think that those rednecks, they get very overprotective when it comes to their siblings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Be like, come on, guys, just calm down. This is my address, and let's just go back and talk.
And
about
no,
it.
I'm not giving those fuckers my address. The thing is I've got theirs. I know where they live. They don't know where I fucking live. He's all taking pictures of me out on the street after I'm not on his property anymore by my car, which is also not on his property. It's on the street. And I even look at him as he's pointing his camera at me, and I'm just like, what do you think you're doing here? And he's like, just take, I'm like, you're taking pictures of me not trespassing, not on your property. So you can show these to fucking anybody and you have absolutely nothing on me, man. And then, of course, sister fucker in the back, still back in her car, she yells the same thing. How would you feel if we were on your property? And at that point, I just turn around like, ma'am, we're fucking done. And he's like, no, we're not done till you're gone. And I'm like, I'm off your property. We are done.
Yep.
And I was waiting for him to say anything more, and they didn't. They were still waiting for me to go, and I did. It took every amount of self-control not to flip him off or say anything as I drove away. But I was like, nope. I got the last say. I said, we're fucking done, and they shut the fuck up.
Yep.
We're good.
I used to, when I was in high school, I worked at Little Caesars. I used to bike to and from work. And so one night I was biking home, and it was like 10:30 at night, like 10:30 or 11. And this car was following me.
How old were you?
And so, I was 17 at the time.
Right.
So this car is following me. So I turn into a neighborhood, and it keeps following me. So I speed up going down this hill, and then I got in between two houses just way quick, turned my lights off, and then just hid, and then he went by. And then I started following that fucking asshole. And then they turned off into this road, and there were these walkways in between houses sometimes where it's the fences, and there's actually a walkway in between them. you know, to get to there's like an elementary school there and stuff.
Oh, right.
So
right.
I started going down that because then he can't follow me. And then the truck pulls up, and then he just rolls down his window. He's like, "I know what you're doing, and I'm calling the police." And I'm like, what? Who the fuck is this dude? So he starts driving off, and then I go back, and then this dude comes back. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And he's like, you're out past curfew, and this he's neighborhood watch, trying to be like the sheriff of the goddamn street.
Fuck.
And so,
dude, I hate to say this.
I was
I probably don't need to, but it's a good thing you ain't black.
Yeah, exactly. I swore him out. I'm like, you fucking asshole. I thought someone was and I was 17. I thought someone was following me and stalking
that's fucking
me.
Creepy
I
shit.
thought you
Whether
were
you're
a
black,
predator.
White, it doesn't
you didn't
matter.
identify yourself, nor should you even have to identify yourself as a neighborhood watch, because riding my bike back to my house is not a crime.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
He's not your fucking parent.
So that was one of the inspirations to WJPD, to that song, because Neighborhood Watch was all in this is actually when I lived in South Jordan, but just like the South Jordan and West Jordan cops and all of the people that LARP around in those neighborhoods that think they're cops, they always have these stupid, and it's the Mormons, wards that get involved too with those neighborhood watches and shit, and
concerned citizens.
maybe.
Usually in the neighborhoods that need it the least.
Yeah.
And you know what happens? They're like, oh, we should have this retired fucking psychotic cop that's already killed 8 people be neighborhood watch for the neighborhood.
Because
he's
just
a nice
makes
old
sense.
guy. He takes sacrament every Sunday.
Right.
We've lived next door to Earl for the last 12 years. He's a swell guy. And then one day he just blows his casket, man,
Because you gave him a reason to.
Yeah.
Gave him an excuse.
Being teenage
Yeah, but that
at
guy was
night.
on a total power trip. I'm like, what are you doing? Like I came back after he was yelled at about the police. I was like, what are you doing, you fucking idiot? I swore him out. And he was like, listen, I'm sorry, and this and that.
That's cool.
Because then he was trying
got
to,
the apology
I
out of him.
yelled at him, because then he, after I yelled at him, he was trying to ask me where I lived. I'm like, that's none of your fucking business,
How do I know your neighborhood watch? You could be some fucking pervert.
You're a random stranger right now that's been following me around a neighborhood.
Yeah,
at
you're
night.
exactly who my parents warned me about my whole fucking childhood.
Me and my
It
buddy
didn't even have candy.
Me and my buddy
Right.
Me and my buddy Robbie in 7th grade, we were walking to the library once. We lived in West Jordan. We were walking to Bingham Creek Library. And again, we were going towards one of these walkways in between these houses to get to the library there. And this guy pulled up in this Volkswagen car, and he's like, hey, do you guys want some free scooters? I have them in my trunk. And it was just this, and he had this button-up shirt and a tie on,
Free
and I was
scooters?
we were like, no, and he was like,
Danger.
yeah, he was being fucking weird. He got out of the car and asked us, and we just fucking took off.
Had to
down
get
the fucking
all dressed
walkway.
up to go molest kids or what?
I don't know, but that was creepy. I didn't
nice.
want to know.
Plus, who fucking rides a scooter these days anyway?
No, this is back in I was saying when I was 12
right.
or 13.
When the scooters were
So
still
2002, 2003, when Razor was at their edge,
See, if it was when I was a kid, I'd be like, those aren't rollerblades.
Those aren't fruit boots.
Yeah, give me some fruit boots and I'm in. Because I was too poor to buy them myself. So, I mean, really, the key to a kid's heart, fruit boots.
Cheers.
I will drink to that.
So after talking
next
about all
song.
the neighborhood watch stuff, we probably should play WJPD.
I was just going to say, sounds like you guys have a song to easily follow up this conversation. WJPD, what does that stand for? What would...
The West Jordan Police Department.
Oh, okay.
Even though South
Makes more
Jordan was
sense.
involved as well.
Captain Daniels, KWJUDAS, Free Radio Provo, and the Sunnybrook Sailors.
I used to crawl the streets at night, get drunk and wrestle friends and fight, bike through the suburbs after dark, meet up and get high in the
define folk music?
How did I define
How would you
music?
define folk music?
As a constitutional replay of mass production.
Do you call your songs folk songs?
No.
Are protest songs folk songs?
I guess if they're a constitutional replay of mass production.
KWJUDAS, Captain Daniels and the Sunnybrook Sailors, Free Radio Provo.
I woke up yesterday in a bedroom full of broken ashtrays and bottles empty of the promises I made. I looked back to the room and felt this shroud of them bend into lethargic mixed with desperation and decay. I looked around a while, but nothing left to make me smile. Have I been blind for all these years of desperate deep denial? There was a box of pixel photographs and magazines. I checked his conscious soul, it's on to get the rain. I left my way somewhere in time, don't know waiting till my mind. Just another graveyard cook, full of memories, something close. Every friend already dead, haunted flashbacks in my head. Break away, break away. Break away, break away. I stepped right on the scene and got the house and gasoline. I couldn't stand another minute of this train. I broke out every mirror and pissed on the four continents of every barren waste of space I chose to fear. And I inhaled the fumes I'm used to breathing in. Set fire to the bed we used to sleep in. With a burning cigarette lit out of superstition. Walking in drunk with some old memories in the kitchen. I watched the ashes slowly die, waiting for the cops outside, laughing madly in the snow with nowhere to go. Another day, another curse, time of death matches the birth. Break away, oh, break away, oh, break away, break away.
Hey kids, want some free hygiene products?
Well, gee, that sounds great.
Hey, wait a minute! Aren't you that creep who's been following me around on my bike the last 6.5 months?
Oh, hey, you must be thinking of someone else with free hair care products.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if this is a good idea.
Wait, you like Dragonforce, don't you? All kids love Dragonforce.
Well, yeah, but
Haven't you ever wondered how they keep their hair all nice and wizard smooth?
I guess.
Well, now you can with Derpinchly's new Dragonforce hair conditioner. It blows in the wind even without a fan.
sounds bogus to me.
Yeah. What else you got?
Well, you'll love Derpinchly's new Dio-Dorant. Repels odors wrought forth by only Ronnie James Dio himself.
Well, this all sounds great, but what do we have to do?
3 simple steps. Just shut up and get in the car.
Okay.
Sounds easy enough to me.
What's the third step?
Oh, you'll find out in a bit. Brought to you by Derpinchly. And remember, if it doesn't say Derpin, it's not Derpinchly.
Yeah.
Derpinchly has...
I wouldn't be where I am today without Derpinchly.
You know what? I think that we're going to have, like, one of those inspirational, I don't know, like a big 30-minute thing about Derpinchly and how it has actually changed people's lives.
And
Feel the power.
it's totally not a pyramid scheme.
Well, I feel like if those religions can actually buy however much fucking time they do on the TV and run their shit where they're trying to get you to pledge for whatever the fuck their religion is, like, that just kind of doesn't make sense. What doesn't make sense to me is how people fall for that. But if they can do it, I think Derpinchly can do it.
God needs money.
When I grew up in Phoenix, there was this flash flood, and it wiped our whole home away, just destroyed.
That's God at work.
And Derpenschlee was there, and they bought us a new home.
God bless Derpenschlee. Better than Jimmy Carter and Jimmy Fallon all together in one.
You know, I have a legit Jimmy Carter peanut.
That probably is worth way more than all the peanut shells Derpenschlee could ever fucking offer.
You may be
What do you
right.
want for that thing?
It was my grandmother's. I think I'm going to hang on to it just for like sentimental value, but
Holy shit, you're not kidding, are you?
no, I legit have a Jimmy Carter peanut. It's got a little face on it.
What is that? What does that mean?
Wasn't he a peanut farmer, though?
He was a peanut farmer, so part of his...
I thought you were saying you got one that he actually farmed.
No, it's like this
Like,
little...
that would be worth a
like,
lot.
That, holy shit.
It's like a
But
little...
how would you be able to authenticate that? You know, how do you know it was...
It's like a little resin peanut that's got a mouth on it, and they handed him out as part of his presidential campaign for.
So yeah, one
advertising.
time.
How come
Yeah.
no one does that anymore? I'm voting for the guy with the peanut mouth.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
care
One
if-
time, ex-president Carter came here, and I was outside waiting for him, and I had the Sharpie and the peanut, and I have a hand-signed peanut by President Carter.
Now
It's
you're
pretty
making
cool.
that up.
No, not at all. Never.
This guy,
I swear to-
believe
I
for
swear
some
to
fucking
Jesus.
reason. I don't know why I don't believe you.
I'm not even sure he's a captain.
Maybe it's the fact that you can't keep a straight look on your fucking.
No, I'm just laughing at how absurd it was. You know, I saw him at the airport. You know, I was
Oh,
going to
okay.
Phoenix. He was coming through Salt. He was waving at people, and I just happened to be. I had these peanuts, and they wouldn't let me pass security. And Jimmy Carter's coming out. And I'm like, Jimmy, sign one of these for me. And I threw the rest away, and I shoved that one up my ass. And they didn't. You know, it's not.
Okay.
It's not metallic
The
at
more,
all.
The more this story just keeps embellishing, the more I believe you.
Exactly.
When you said the peanut up your ass, is like, okay, he can't be lying about this.
Yeah,
you don't
this
just
was-
make that shit
Yeah,
up.
came out with a free piece of corn.
No one just lies about putting peanuts in their ass.
It was October 4th, 2016. If you look it up, President Carter was coming through Salt Lake that day.
So did you pull
Ex-President Carter.
You put the peanut in your ass after he signed it or before?
After.
both.
So you could get out of there with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Smuggling.
Right. Is it still
Okay.
there?
No, it's in a shoebox in my closet.
He steamed it.
Yeah, I do this
I'm like looking back and forth at both
because
you
the
guys.
signatures on it. I didn't want the signature to get blurred, so I put some, like some hard shell paint.
And now I don't know who to offer the peanut shells to. Do I want this guy's Jimmy Carter peanut or do I want this guy's Jimmy Carter peanut? His has been up his ass. What about you? I mean, like, where's that thing been?
I couldn't say. After my grandma died, it was given to me as a keepsake.
Oh, it's a keepsake. So it's like a mother present or grandmother present.
Yeah.
So it would really, I don't know, hurt you inside if you lost it.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay, I want his.
All right, do it.
I guess your peanut hurt you inside in a way as well. So
Yep.
you guys are just going to have to fight to the death.
yeah.
Who gets to give their peanut shell away? Now that doesn't make sense. I mean, it depends on how much you guys want the peanut shells. All right, we'll be right back after this fucking next song, folks. And there will be a winner and there will be a loser. There will be one less living human being in this room by the time this song is finished. Captain Daniels and the Sunnybrook Sailors. We have Breakaway. Or, no, we played Breakaway. How about Untitled? Huh?
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're editing all this later.
Oh, yeah, I can edit the shit out of this. That's all I'm about. I'm an editing mofo. All right. Whatever song we didn't mention, KWJUDAS, Free Radio Provo. What song do we mention?
Untitled.
Untitled. All right, Untitled. Captain Daniels and the Sunnybrook Sailors. Woo woo.
Went down the road, feels like there's something missing. The wind is cold, and all the kids are listening. I gotta leave, get out before the storm and get out of this broken town. There is a home, but not within the limits. Walk through the woods, under the streets of night, burned out streets where we can start over and leave this valley far behind. I'm still fighting for future. As I drink my life away, I've been waiting for the right time to change my mind and fix today. To change my mind and fix today. Hey! I've been sleeping every morning, flying through the afternoon. There's a city on the East Coast that I'll be leaving for real soon. That I'll be leaving for real soon.
So that was Captain Daniels and the Sunnybrook Sailors, folks. And as much as it just kills me to say it, we must part ways. Sorry, guys. You're going to have to get the fuck out of my house.
I thought I was sleeping on your couch tonight,
Yeah,
bro.
dude, where are we supposed to
Oh, did you
stay?
still want to? Yeah.
This is a
fuck.
folk
Let's have a
punk band.
sleepover. I've been meaning to have
Pillow
at least a movie
fight.
night with you guys. I mean,
You got to come down to Salt Lake sometime. We'll do a movie night.
oh, how come everyone always has to go to Salt Lake? You guys already have all the great events going on. Can't we
Yeah.
have our own stuff down here every now and then? I mean, you guys came all the way down
We
for
should,
KWJUDAS.
we should go to Schlong's place and watch a movie or something.
Oh, you know what'll happen if we do that, right?
Naked,
it will
naked,
be
totally
Troll.
naked.
Yup.
Troll
You
2.
already know. You already know.
It's one of my favorite movies.
And
too.
I already know
love it.
that. God damn it. Because when he found that out, he freaked the fuck out.
It was filmed in Morgan, Utah.
All of it? I thought
Yeah.
only parts of it were.
No, that whole
whole thing.
movie was filmed in Morgan, Utah.
No shit.
Maybe that first scene when they're actually in their house, maybe they have like some fucking stock footage of a California house, but everything else is
Right.
filmed in Utah. All the actors were from Salt Lake or still reside in Salt Lake,
Oh,
except
shit.
the main dude. He lives out in Kentucky, but there's a bunch of other like actors from it that still live in Salt Lake.
I heard that the mom was and that she still lived here, but I didn't know that everybody in there was from around here. I wonder, man, oh shit, something just clicked in my head. After watching that movie, the old man, the grandpa, I was like, man, that dude reminds me of a guy that I work with, but the guy that I work with is way more decrepit. But that movie was shot like how many years ago, so he has had time to get that decrepit, and he says he was in the military, but he never wants to talk about it, and I bet he was never actually in the military. He was in fucking Troll 2, and he just
was
doesn't
Grandpa
wanna-
Seth. Grandpa
That's
Seth.
what I'm saying, dude. Oh, man, I got some research I need to do tonight.
That's where the
Fuck.
PTSD came from.
And that's why he's so fucked up. Oh, man. So, me and Schlongbob have already fucking done this. And so, if we actually ever do have a little movie get together, sorry, but I've already done Troll 2 with Schlongbob.
Oh yeah, yeah. We can
So,
do something else.
We got to, and
We
I've
could
already
do Tammy
made him.
and the T-Rex.
I haven't even. Yeah, that was no. I have not seen that. And I saw a post you made about that. I'm like, holy fuck. But when he made me watch that one, he made me take. He just shows up and he's like, "So we're taking acid and we're watching the worst movie ever." And I'm like, "Do you got acid?" And he's like, "Okay, you give me some acid." What makes you think I have acid? I don't know. You have some and you're gonna give it to me and we're gonna watch Troll 2. I was like, I was saving this for not Troll 2. I was going to watch Brave Little Toaster Goes to Mars, and he's all like, oh, fuck. Yeah, get ready to fry your fucking brains all the way through. If you think that the fucking Troll 2, have you seen Brave Little Toaster?
No.
I have.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen Brave Little Toaster Goes to Mars?
Negative.
Mm-mm.
Did you know that he did go to Mars?
I didn't.
How did he get there?
Okay.
Oh, wait.
We-
maybe I did see this.
We were going to wrap this up quick, but now we want to know how the Brave Little Toaster gets to Mars. So, if I can do this quick, here goes. Brave Little Toaster. They're all electric appliances, right? And if you saw the last one, it ends with the master. He gets his girlfriend. They have a baby. So now the baby somehow, I'm not going to get into this because this movie is just so fucking utterly ridiculous. I mean, Troll 2 is, actually they're kind of similar in more than one way. Just in the fact that it hurts your brain that hard and the fact that it should have ended so many times and then it doesn't. And you're just like, what the fuck? Did this movie just keep getting handed to different writers and different directors that just hated it so bad or ran out of funding they couldn't finish it, and then another motherfucker picked it up, and then by the end they're just like, okay, we have 5 different endings to this. Instead of picking one, let's use them all and find a way to just extend the plot line a little bit and keep going.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, I mean, you keep thinking that the conflict has been resolved, and then you forgot there was a whole nother thing. Oh, shit. And you're like, okay, you are right. We never did tie that one up. But the movie should have ended. So, in a nutshell, we're just going to talk about how the Brave Little Toaster gets to Mars. Everything around this before and after is equally as retarded. But how the Brave Little Toaster gets to Mars. The baby gets kidnapped, gets abducted, and they figure this out somehow. And they're like, we got to get to Mars. We got to go save the baby. So they put the microwave talks to him, and the microwave's like, hey, so I'm a microwave. And then the ceiling fan's like, hey, so I'm a ceiling fan. And they're like, you know what we could do is we could strap the ceiling fan. We detach the fan from the ceiling, and we're going to just stick it on top of the microwave. Okay? Right. Since all you have to do is just put 2 appliances on top of each other.
Okay.
And they combine forces. You know that's how it works.
Yeah.
And then they're like, all right, well, how do we fuel this fucking thing? Which this thing literally is a ceiling fan on a microwave. And I think that they put a laundry basket under it so that's how they all ride in it, kind of like a hot air balloon, you know? And they're like, how do we fuel this fucking thing? We can't just put, anything in it. And they're like, well,
they use the toaster.
Fuel is made out of plants originally, and so we need something that's organic. And so they put some kind of organic. They figure out somehow that organic material can be just put in the microwave at a really, really high. Just leave it on for an hour, and that will make a microwave fly to Mars.
Oh, okay.
But then when they get to Mars, they're like, oh, fuck, how do we get back?
You shit
There's
in it.
no organic material, and appliances can't defecate feces because they don't eat anything. See, you can't. There's no way. And then all of a sudden there's oh, fuck, about halfway through this adventure, we picked up a random Christmas tree ornament that somehow wound up on Mars because somebody attached it to one of the space probes that they put on Mars. There's a fucking Christmas tree ornament that now gets brought into the movie when this movie was never a fucking Christmas movie. It now is a Christmas movie, and the Christmas tree ornament has sentience, and she's this little angel thing that at the end they're like, the only organic material on the entire surface of the planet Mars is the clothes and hair on this sentient angel Christmas tree ornament, and so she's always had a dream of experiencing a real Christmas on Earth, and so like she sacrifices her dream of like Christmas to give up her dress and her hair that they put in the microwave, which is enough organic material to fuel a microwave powering a ceiling fan to fly, a toaster, a fucking lamp, a radio, a vacuum cleaner, and a fucking electric blanket from Mars back to Earth with a baby in the basket too.
Sounds legit.
In one night.
I mean,
I don't
think of Santa goes. Hold on.
Yeah,
Santa
there's
goes.
plot holes here.
Santa goes to every house on Christmas Eve. Why do you think that it's impossible for
How
this
does
to
the
happen?
baby breathe in space?
Is in a bubble.
Oh.
Have you ever been in space? Maybe there's like air pockets.
Well,
in
they
space,
just
am I
need enough
right?
energy to escape the gravitational pull of Mars.
I mean, the science
A
there
fan
checks
and
out.
a
I'd
Maybe they
still
have
see
like
those in
Yeah,
camel
Space
yeah.
Odyssey.
Maybe they
Yeah,
have like
believe
camelbacks
the science,
in there,
man.
like
This-
air tanks.
I knew we shouldn't have got into this. Goddamn. We were going to end the fucking show.
I don't know what your problem with this movie is. It sounds totally like,
You don't know what my problem is with this movie because you haven't watched it.
well,
What you guys
I'm
all need
going
to do, go home, whether you take acid or not, and watch Brave Little Toaster Goes to Mars. And if you want to terminate the rest of your brain cells, then follow it up with Troll 2. If you even have the brain cells left. Because
All right.
I promise, Brave Little Toaster kills more. If you really want a fucking painful movie.
I'll do it. If it's as painful as some Neil Breen stuff, I'll do it.
And if you want a movie that you're just going to laugh your ass off through the whole way that I just recently watched, check out Poultrygeist. That fucking movie.
Oh, yeah, I've
Poultrygeist
seen
is
it.
yeah,
excellent.
it's a classic.
Excellent.
Love that.
All right, kids. We've had a lot of fun here with the Sunnybrook Sailors, haven't we? Yay!
Yay! Woo! Hooray!
It's time to say goodbye, where the Sunnybrook Sailors sail off to Captain Daniel's Neverland. Aww.
Till next time.
Say it ain't so.
Well, hopefully those two kids make it back with Derpinschly guy in his Derpin car. I don't know if I believe it. Dio-Dorant is a real product. Hopefully those kids are okay. They make it home safe. Derpinschly guy's a trustworthy guy.
Derpinschly.
Not FDA approved.
Well, where's the best way to find you guys' music before we let you go?
On Bandcamp and Spotify and Apple Music, like most places.
Or just come to the fucking show.
Come to the fucking show. Where's the best way to find out where your shows are at?
On our Facebook or Instagram. We're playing this Tuesday with a band called Doom Scroll. They're pretty cool.
So let's see. By the time this show airs, that show probably will.
Oh, yeah, we'll just
Had to
edit that
pass
out
now.
now.
Got any other shows a little further out?
Not at the moment, no.
Yeah, neither do we. It's kind of, the shows have definitely spaced themselves out a lot, even though we're slowly recovering from this whole COVID thing.
You guys were the first show, not to drag this out longer, but you guys were the first show I saw back after like 400. It was like 460 or 480 days of not seeing any live music at all. And then I saw you guys at Urban Lounge. So that was
I thought
fun.
you were talking about when we played together. Yeah, that
No,
was a
March
good
of
show.
2021, yeah.
Right. And when we first played that, they were treating it like you had to buy tables, like you had to buy 4 tickets at once. And
to keep everyone just at their tables and stuff.
yeah, that was the only way that they were willing to even try doing shows yet.
Yeah.
You know, because we were still just on the cusp of can we do shows yet or not?
Yeah, yeah.
And then, yeah, after that, it's like it didn't get a whole lot easier to do shows. I mean, even when we did those Halloween shows, of course, 2 of the 3 had to be house shows because where else do you ask to do it?
Yep, exactly.
And even those house shows were a little sketchy because they're going to be less fucking regulated than any business. And I'm pretty sure that our drummer did wind up with COVID. And we haven't seen him since.
Damn.
Yeah. I hope he's all right, too. Maybe Durpin guy got him.
I think that's likely.
Well,
We're going to end the show the way we always do, with a final number. This one is called Under the Influence. Is there a story behind this one?
kind of about when I was couch surfing.
That was the story?
Yeah.
Very
Total story.
descriptive.
Yep.
All right. All right, give yourselves one last round of applause. Captain Daniels, KWJUDAS, Free Radio Provo.
I'm not saying goodnight, just saying.
Oh, yeah, brother.
Used to be the prince of the dojo. Now when it pisses off, we fly solo. Turn around and all the bad decisions with an alcohol level that can kill our prison. I think about the movement. I think it's fucking stupid. I used to be a full 180 from where I am today. Can't stand this material world as endless wars unfurl. On cock, no fall through the neutralized public to the shopping malls. I guess I can't stand people, false flags and golden steeples. Sometimes I wish that big old super volcano would fucking blow. Why can't we make amends before it grows too late and we all die? Why must we tear apart our scenes with all our drinks and run and hide? Let it all die. Let it all die. Let it all die. Let it all die. Don't believe that I'm ever coming back here. Though it's fun for the times that we crash here. This place is trash and we're still last in line and out of time. I'm sleeping at the station, the platform fully vacant. I'm waiting for that winter train to come pick me up again. I know a place under the freeway if it gets too cold outside. You've got a million friends online, but nowhere left to stay tonight. I'll have some smokes and read some books and find some things to pass the time. Something to tear away the pain and numb the thoughts inside my mind. Let it all die. Let it all die. Let it all die, 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 die. Let it all die.
We'd like to thank you all for joining us on yet another exciting episode of KWJUDAS on Free Radio Provo. We now return you to our regular free radio programming.